A-L. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live somebody. Let's go.
Your wigs, you know, I get those. I got them.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Good morning, y'all. Hope you guys are well out there in Facebook land. It's your boy Pascal. It's Pascal in the morning at the beautiful O'Fallon Brewery. You guys got to come down here sometime. Get yourself some handcrafted beers. They're amazing stuff. It's a beautiful, beautiful, but cold-ass day today. Hope you guys are out there bundling yourselves up and all that. Man, how y'all doing out there? I am very blessed and very honored to have here with me my special co-host guest today. Curt Copeland is in the house. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me, Tom.
How you doing, my dude?
Great to be back. Last week was a lot of fun. And,
yeah.
You know, he asked me to come on back and do a bit of co-hosting this week, so it's my pleasure to be here and kind of, I don't know, what would you say? Kind of dust off the rust a little bit. And,
dust off the rust?
And
so you're saying so this is like the first time you've been back in the saddle in a way, like, you know, just, you know, but except this time it's in front of the camera a little bit more, that kind of thing. Say hi to mom.
I still have a face for radio. Hi, Mom. I'm on the internet.
Oh, or say hi to the girl that you ended up calling that
oh, yeah.
On the last game,
we
on
went
the last
out,
show.
he actually challenged me to call my ex-girlfriend.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun, man.
I did.
I can't believe you did that.
And she answered the phone.
I was expecting you to take that hot sauce shot like so fast. It was unbelievable. It was such a great time having you on. It was awesome. And the balls on this man is unbelievable. Metaphorically speaking, not figuratively speaking. I've never seen his balls. Anyway, speaking of it being really, really cold out there, cold as balls out there, actually. Please, if you guys are, you know, if you guys are trying to find things to donate or give back to the community and all that, please go to Heat Up St. Louis. They are looking for donations, all that. It is cold out there. There are so many people out there that are literally freezing in the cold, sleeping on vents and trying to stay warm out there. So definitely, if you can, give back. Let's keep some people warm here.
I'd like to say,
yeah, go ahead.
Tonight, here on this Tuesday, January the 16th, 2018, I'm going to be at Das Vivo, South City, hosting my open mic and karaoke night.
Okay.
But my bandmates in LS Express are going to be playing part of a show at Foam on Cherokee Street, and it's a coat drive.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That's great.
I think Josiah is putting that together.
Nice.
From Old Souls Revival, and they had a great show at Off-Broadway, or at the old Rock House the other night. Congratulations to them on that.
Yeah.
But this coat drive show is happening tonight, and they're going to be playing. Some other friends and groups will be playing. So, you know, if you're looking for something to do tonight, you can come play with me, and then you can go over to the show over there and bring a coat and help them out. So it's another opportunity.
Keep people warm. It's too cold out there, man. It's ridiculous that there are people that are actually braving this kind of weather every year. So definitely, what time does that thing start?
I think it starts at 8, if I'm not mistaken. About 8 o'clock tonight. It's Foam on Cherokee Street, South City, and bring that coat, bring a donation, and you know, have some adult beverages.
That's amazing. Yeah, adult beverages are never a bad thing. Those things definitely keep you warm.
Speaking of adult beverages, it's only a matter of time. In fact, we had like a little.
It's almost beer 30.
Before I
almost beer 30.
Break loose and head on back for a beverage.
Well, you know, let's hold the reins real quick. We got to go straight into the top stories of today. So, top stories of the day. We are going to be talking about it. It's been there's a couple deaths that happened in the past couple days, which is really, really sad. The lead singer of Cranberries, or of Cranberries fame, she was the singer Dolores Reardon. You might know some of the songs like Zombie and what's the other one? Linger, thank you. And she just recently died. She died yesterday at the age of 46. She was found dead in her hotel room. The death is still unknown, or they still have not announced what her cause of death was, which obviously is really sad. I mean, especially in the alternative 90s grunge rock movement, she was one of those very iconic sounds, and one of the only very few women that were out there blowing it up in the 90s and all that. So rest in peace, of course. But then, of course, another one, Edwin Hawkins, gospel singer, passed away yesterday as well. Due to complications with pancreatic cancer. He was 74. And if you don't know who this man is, he was the one who made that song, Oh Happy Day. Anthem. Oh Happy Day, that song. Or the one that Sister Act 2 redid it, and now it's a big meme, you know, with the little kid who sings the song really and hits that note really high. Anyway, he is of that, of course, they used that song from him. And so, Another amazing legend has passed today, which is very, very sad. But going on to my top story today, which is really, really interesting. 13 children were held captive in a home in Paris, California, about 2 hours south of Los Angeles. The way that they found these children was that one of the girls, one of these 13 children, escaped from the home. Ended up finding a cell phone inside the house and called 911 saying that my family, my sisters and brothers are being held captive in our home. Please help us. They went down to find a disgusting, foul-smelling home with these 13 children, or these 12, because the one was already set free. 12 children shackled and padlocked to beds. Now, their age range goes from 2 to 29, and what's amazing is that you could look at the 29-year-old and swear that that person is 12 years old, because they were so emaciated, so malnourished, that they just, it was just absolutely terrible. Now, these two parents, David Allen Turpin and Louise Anna Turpin, I'm putting their photos up right there. I want you to see what these people look like, because this is the most disgusting, most vile, most just ridiculous thing I have ever seen. Look at this dude looking like he just came out of freaking the Monkees or something like that. What the hell's that? Looking like he's coming from the Beatles. What the hell's wrong with this man? Anyway, so I just wanted to, say that they have charges. They're being charged with torture and child endangerment, and they both separately have a bail, separate, each one, of $9 million. There's no way they're getting out, and I hope they stay there and they rot. What do you think on that whole situation, by the way?
Here's the whole thing. This goes back to when I was growing up, and you would grow up and you would pay attention to the news, and a story that was this shocking, that was so assaulting to everything that you hold dear as being decent in this universe. And, like, I'll give you an example, not to generalize it, but it is. It's just like somebody goes into a church and shoots a bunch of people. And you say to yourself, how in the world does this happen? And I've always come back to one conclusion. You're reminded that you're somewhat of a decent person, a well-adjusted, moral, ethical, decent human being, when you are presented with news such as this, and you simply cannot find, for me anyway, one shred of, like, there's nothing. Yeah. You're doing this. You're reaching out for nothing. There's nothing to find. There's no logic. There's no understanding, because when you're a logical human being, you cannot comprehend. You cannot lower yourself to the mental, that other place, that awful other place where these people were hanging out. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to figure it out, so don't even try. You're never going to figure it out, because these people are broken, they're lost souls. And
it just makes me wonder, like, what gets somebody to go to that level, to that place?
But that's just
what makes especially two people. It's two people. This isn't just one person. This is two people
and I think
that are sitting there going, hey, it's okay. Like, this is normal. Let me shackle my children, 13 children in a basement, to beds. And that's normal. They literally have video. If you check it out, they literally have video of them renewing their vows 3 separate times in the course of 2011 to about 2015 over in Vegas. They renewed their vows over and over again. Obviously, you see in this video that these two people are crazy in love with each other, obviously. But then you go, wow, these are two people that are shackling up their 13 children.
I hate to argue, but they're not bonded by love. They're bonded by an utter void of love. They're bonded by insanity. They're bonded by the complete opposite antithesis of what decent human beings represent and are. And
it just makes you wonder
it's just
how
like
it works.
people like this in situations this awful. It's like, did you go to a garbage dump and just breathe it in? No, you don't go to like a nuclear waste plant and just hang out by all that radiation just to soak it all in because it's good for. It's like I would stay away from that stuff because dwelling. I mean, not to say like that the news isn't important, but I'm just saying, you know, like I find myself. It's like this cave. Anything bad.
Right.
You know, the government, president, the whole situation, anything bad like this, it's like this cave. And it's like, I know this cave goes deep. I don't want to go down into that cave. I know it's awful.
Right.
I know it's bad. And I don't want to go down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to stay outside in the sunshine.
Right.
Rather than go down into that toxic hell.
Absolutely. I mean, but what blows my mind is that they're obviously, just about 2 years ago, I think it was another thing, the whole, there was that meme of dead giveaway where the girl there was a bunch of women that were held captive.
Cleveland.
And something like that.
Cleveland, if I'm
not
mistaken.
So, I mean, this actually exists. So it's like you never know who you're living next to. Real talk. I mean, you might be going, oh, and they always say, oh, they were a quiet couple or they were so nice. And it's like you just never know how people live behind closed doors, like what they do on their normal time. Like,
it really lends credence to community.
Yeah.
And knowing your neighbors and having that thing that we've lost, I think, to a great degree is that sense of community and knowing who your neighbors are. And obviously there's a fine line between community and taking care of you and everybody and being nosy.
Yeah.
You know, going, you know, we all know what the extreme other end of that looks like. It's like my grandma. They did what? Huh? Betty, did you hear? Yes, well.
I knew he was crazy all this time. I mean, you know, it's pretty crazy. But you know what? Comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let's get the conversation started. Obviously, this is kind of a one-sided conversation. You know, obviously, a lot of you guys are going to say, these guys are crazy, let them rot. I hope they rot in jail for a very, very long time. But you know what? It is time for Things I Find Dope. And of course, huge shout out to Sess for that awesome, awesome graphic. But the thing I find dope is just this one thing. This man, a firefighter, literally catches a 5-year-old boy from a 3rd-story building, out of a burning building. The father was coming onto the ladder, couldn't hold on to the child, and just literally tossed him. You got to check out this video. It's pretty amazing. Here it is. Unbelievable. That's all I'm going to say. Unbelievable.
That coming off of the last story. The contrast.
Absolutely.
Heroism. You see what I'm saying? Like,
awfulness
to that.
Risking oneself or doing something that you don't, like, I don't even know how that man did it. I'm surprised his arms didn't, like, rip right off his body from catching that child. But this is obviously a huge shout out to those first responders.
All of them.
To all the people, men and women that are in the services that are doing and risking themselves and just doing unbelievable acts of, like, that is like a godly thing. Like that is just like an act of just like a miracle thing. Like that Hail Mary, you know, long pass, that kind of thing. It's just like, I don't know.
Think about all the times
huge thing,
they
but
don't capture that on video. All the times that's happened in this world where there wasn't a video camera.
Yeah, and they do that all the time. They do that every day. That's what they, you know, that's what they do, you know, and that's what they live for, and that's their job and their line of work. So I want to be like, hey, you know, let's give it up for all you guys out there that do your job and do it well. So that's what I find awesome and what I find dope. But coming up next, I am very honored to have the Smash is in the house. Asher Benrubi is in the house, y'all. I cannot wait to sit down and talk to this dude. Got a lot of questions for him. So you guys better tune in and put in those questions down below. See you guys in a little bit. Peace.
the Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Image a nation, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys are just watching and tuning in right now, it's Pascal in the Morning, shot here at the beautiful O'Fallon Brewery. If you guys like this and are having a really great time, give us a bunch of likes. Please give us some hearts and some laughy faces and all that stuff in this feed. Also, if you do like this and you want to keep returning and seeing this wonderful face right here and seeing the amazing guests that I have on the show, please go and like the Pascal Show page. Please hit that notification button. Let us know, that you're here and loving it and all that. We got Curt Copeland in the house. He finally got himself a beer over here at the O'Fallon Brewery, handcrafted beer. We are also here with the Smash. What's up, my dude? How are you?
Well, just coming in from the outside, as you said earlier in the show, I am as cold as balls.
It is really
freezing
cold
out there, man.
You got to be like
cool.
layered all the way up right now.
But I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm coming out of cold into cool.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So just hanging it cool.
But you are a cool cat.
Just hanging it cool.
He's a cool cat, man.
Hanging it cool.
So tell me, how did the Smash? How did you become the Smash?
Oh, yeah. Well, I had one time in my bands, I've always had bands since 1967. And I never talked to anybody in the band by their real name. I could never call anyone by their real name. So everybody had a nickname. I had the nickname. Back then I had hair. I hadn't cut my hair in 3 years. And if you go to Asher Benrubi or diggingthesmash.com. You see that? Diggingthesmash.com. You see all that.
I mean, when you see these
it
pictures,
was astounding.
I mean, it was crazy.
It was
really?
astounding.
Okay.
Yeah. Gloriously astounding. Nevertheless, I look like an animal. All right. And so I called myself. One of my favorite singers ever was Nat King Cole.
Oh, okay.
And I called myself. My nickname was Nat King Kong because I was a big dude and just looked like an animal.
Right. Okay.
So
I'll give you that one.
And so people weren't taking to that because I don't know, they didn't take to it.
Yeah.
And then one day, Toby Myers, we were in the same room, we were rooming together as we were gigging in Chicago. He said, I got a new name for it. I said, all right, what is it? He said, the Mighty Adam, A-D-A-M, Smasher. And so I said, man, that's cool. So I dropped Nat King Kong and became the Mighty Adam Smasher because Asher Benrubi was too difficult for people to deal with back then. Yeah. Now, you got Osama bin Laden, Haile Selassie, all these kind of whacked out names and everything, although it may not be whacked out to their culture.
Right.
But now it is the norm.
Right.
And so I can go by Asher Benrubi, and just the Smash is kind of a shortening of the Mighty Adam Smasher. Because back then, Atom Smashers were prevalent because it was the Cold War, nuclear was in the, if not the forefront of your mind, at least in the back of your mind. And so I was the Mighty Adam Smasher, and that was based on the kind of singing style I had. It's an explosive type of singing style, which is like Seeger or Springsteen or Mellencamp, that kind of singing style. Right on,
right on. So what got you, okay, so I understand that you used to be a VJ for MTV.
I did.
Headbangers Ball, correct?
I hosted Headbangers Ball in the early days, man. It was magnificent.
So how did you get the gig? I mean, I know a lot of people are interested in wondering how, like, somebody like Carson Daly, so on and so forth, get the gig. How did you get that gig from being from here and being, in New York, of all places?
I had gotten a call from a guy named Bob Pittman, and Bob Pittman at that time was running MTV. Also, there's another fellow who was his partner, Jarl Mon. Lee Masters was the name he was using at that particular point in time. So Bob Pittman calls me. I just moved to D.C. from my gig in Indianapolis. He says, we're looking to start up this thing called music television. Would you be interested in coming and possibly being a VJ, a video disc jockey is what he said. And I said, well, I just signed this contract. I was 2 months into my contract at DC 101 in Washington, D.C., which is one of the premier rock stations of its era. And I said, man, I can't. He said, well, as soon as you're out of your contract, make sure you call me. So I got out of my contract. I had signed a contract to work for MS Broadcasting at Hot 97. They were getting ready to start Hot 97 in New York. And I thought, man, it'd be killer because I could do mornings at Hot 97 and afternoons at MTV because Pittman had wanted me at MTV. So I called, and they said, well, come on up. And they said, we don't have anything right now, but we got a slot from the departure of Mark Goodman to the arrival of Adam Curry. We got a few months in there. Would you be interested in covering those months? I said, yeah. So I took that gig, and I did mornings at MTV along with Headbangers Ball. And it was wild, man, because you were getting, you know, I was going to say emails, but it wasn't email back then. You're getting mail from all over the world and stuff, you know, because they were seeing MTV Europe and everything. So that's how I got that gig over there. And I was going to go to Hot 97 when that started, which was a few months after. The timing was going to be magnificent. But I got a call from Emerson and said, we're having a little trouble here in St. Louis. Would you consider coming to St. Louis to KC95? Well, KC95 was, and still is, one of the premier rock and roll stations in the United States.
Absolutely.
And so I decided to take that gig as opposed to urban because I love soul music. And that day it was called soul music. And I went to an urban high school, one of the few white kids that was accepted in the urban community, as it said. And so I was going to go do urban radio because that's what I came out of. And I thought, no, you know, I'm going to go on back because we had just had 2 little babies. I thought, man, St. Louis is 5 hours from Indianapolis, our hometown. That way my wife could take the babies and grandma and grandpa, everybody could see the babies. So I decided to take KC because of the stature of the place and it was me versus JC and just the competitive nature of it all. JC and I had worked together. We were really good friends at DC 101. He was the promotions director and did an air shift also. We became friends at DC 101. I'll never forget when I called him. And I told him I'm coming to compete against you. And I didn't talk to him for about 6 years. And then when the competition was over, went back to being friends. You know? Sort of like wrestling.
Was he at KSD then?
He had gone to KSD and causing a little commotion against his former station, KC95.
If you don't mind my saying, first of all, thank you for not only having me on today, but I had no idea that he was going to be your guest. So when I walked in here today, I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, because we haven't seen each other in 7 years.
That's crazy.
We knew each other when you were at 103.3.
Right
when I first got to St. Louis in 2005. And you know, if you give a damn about what you're doing, and I certainly gave a damn about being on the radio, you get to a town, and if you have any amount of respect or reverence, you find out who's the player, you know what I mean, who's legit in this town, who's made a name for themselves, who are the big names. And this guy was not only quickly established as one of the big names, but he was actually in the same building I was in. So I get to know this guy. So I developed a tremendous amount of respect. But I think people should know, you know, folks watching this, maybe folks in the younger generation where fact is, you know, maybe radio just doesn't play as an important part of their life as it did in, you know, my generation and previous. It just should be known that within the realm of, you know, radio disc jockeys or, you know, video disc jockeys, personalities of various formats, this gentleman is, I'm telling you right now, he got to work at some of the coolest gigs in a variety of big towns. I mean, he's very legit. Like, you talk about radio Hall of Famers, you know, like the kind of folks where you would go to, like, say, a baseball Hall of Fame, like, look at this guy who won all these MVP titles, and they hand out all these awards in baseball. In radio, they don't do that so much. You know what I mean? Your resume is basically your credentials for a Hall of Fame type thing. And this guy is 100% legit. Anything I did in radio pales in comparison to this guy right
but
here.
I do
I'm really glad to be here.
Well, thank you, but you're a heavy-duty player.
But I do have a question.
Also, my man.
Oh, yeah.
Salute.
But you rocked Rocket too, which was the other thing why I love this guy, because he was the dual, it was the double-edged sword, you know, if you will. It was the double-barrel action of radio host, but also rock star. You know, where you can get out there and the personality goes beyond the microphone.
Hence the smash band and everything, you know. But I do have a question for you, though. From going from MTV and then going into radio, was there a big change? Was that a big shift for you?
You know, I'm a radio guy. I dig doing radio, and I'll tell you one of the reasons because I don't have to dress up for nobody. I can just be as sloppy as you want me. And so the radio to me is a more casual approach, and I can be more myself, whereas, and I ain't saying this in the wrong way because it's show business. It's the business of putting on a show, and business means money. You got to bring in the ratings and the revenue. So in the show business of television, as we're doing here, it's kind of like you have to display your business, whereas in radio, you don't have to display it. You just have to
voice it.
Exactly.
You know, you just have to talk
so
about
I enjoyed the casuality.
I believe that.
Of radio.
But we got to go into a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to be playing a quick game of Sing That Song with none other than The Smash. Tune in. It should be really interesting. See you guys in a minute. Peace.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.
That was the shortest break in the history of shortest breaks. But thank you guys so much. Yeah, we made a lot of revenue. We're making it rain up in this beat. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, this is Pascal in the Morning. I'm here with my special guest host, Curt. Copeland is in the house, man. I appreciate you. And, man, the Smash is here. All right? Asher Benrubi. Man, what an amazing day. It has been a great conversation. This conversation can keep going and going and going, but we got to wrap things up, unfortunately. We got a fun game, though. Well, now I understand you got some vocal skills.
To a certain extent.
So, I got Curt to come up with some songs, some titles to songs. And
you just turned that over because you don't want me to see? Oh, okay.
No, there's nothing on here. I just turned it over because I'm a fidgety person. ADD like crazy. But anyway, he's got titles to some songs, and all we got to do is sing the chorus to the song.
All right.
Hopefully, I don't even know what he wrote down, so we're going to find out what he wrote, and hopefully it should be fun. You ready to do this?
If by chance the words are not available to me, can I tra-la-la-la-la this thing out?
You could tra-la-la-la-la.
Sound like Professor Longhair.
Professor Longhair.
Tippy-tippy.
All right, so we got to get going.
A young man like you would know Professor Longhair. Salute.
Let's go and play this game real quick.
All right, here we go.
He's the guest, so he can go first.
Okay, so how does it work?
So you're gonna literally name the title of the song, and he's gonna sing the chorus to it.
Let's go.
Or at least la la la.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tra-la-la.
All right, we begin with a song that he was kind enough to have me perform with the Smash Band before opening day. I want to say 2008.
Sounds right.
St. Louis's own
Sounds
Chuck
right.
Berry.
Oh.
Johnny Be Good.
Yeah. Down Louisiana. Go, go, Johnny, go. I said, go, go, Johnny, go. Johnny Be Good.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey,
right
Johnny Be Good. Good job.
That's
Good
it.
job. Good job. What's mine?
Good-Hearted Woman by Waylon Jennings.
I honestly don't even know that one.
Tra-la-la that thing, man.
Tra-la, I don't even know the song.
Well, I can't even
She's a
tra-la-la.
good-hearted woman in love with a good time and band.
That's
Okay,
right.
there you go.
There you go.
In spite of
Beautiful.
her wicked ways that
That's
she don't
good.
understand.
Okay,
That's
there we
good.
go. All right,
That's good.
Waylon
Nicely
Jennings.
done.
Who is that? Who is that? Waylon Jennings.
One of the
Jennings.
biggest outlaw country stars.
Yeah.
Okay, you got no. See, the country is
I
not
know.
fair. You got it. That's like the block for me. Like country, I hit a wall.
You got to
But
go to
anyway,
another country.
Right.
country. Yeah, you got to something like that. Anyway,
Okay.
Next
now
one.
We're gonna get a little harder. A
Let's
familiar
go.
artist, "Burnin' Love" by Elvis.
Just a hunk of burning love. Just a hunk of burning love. hunk of burning love. You can tra-la-la that thing all the way out because it's just over and over again. Hunk of.
yeah, right.
Some of the most
Are there any lyrics in that song aside from
the beauty of
chorus?
those lyrics are women turn on to those lyrics because all they can see you as is a hunk of
burning love. Exactly.
And thus,
What is it? Lord have mercy, feel my temperature rising, right?
Lord have
Oh,
mercy,
yeah.
feel my temperature rising. Yeah, that's right.
Lord have mercy, or something like that, right?
I bet you
Feel
get
my
this one.
temperature rise. Okay.
I bet you get this
All
one.
right.
And I thought it was kind of funny because, you know, we have the shared radio history.
Okay.
The song and the nod to MTV. Video Killed the Radio Star by, if I'm not mistaken, the Buggles.
The Buggles.
Okay. Video Killed the Radio Star. Yeah, that's like crack.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bravo.
In my mind, it's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I once saw Whitney Houston perform and her voice cracked, so don't even worry about it.
Thank
Serious
you.
business,
I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Crack is whack.
Crack is cheap.
Remember
Anyway.
crack? Does people do crack anymore? You never hear about crack anymore.
He's asking.
You never hear about crack
Do
anymore.
people do
I have no
crack
idea.
anymore? Do
don't know.
people? We got to call Bobby Brown real quick.
Hey, I got a shout out to my friend Neil C. Luke who asked me last night, you ever smoke crack, Kurt? And I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Speaking of crack, shout out to my buddy. He lives in X, Y, and Z on the corner of. Anyway, next one.
Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin.
You need coolin', baby, you're not foolin'. I'm gonna take you back to school. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's
Got
all I
it.
know.
And it's the chorus, right? We want the chorus?
Yeah.
He's just a hunk of burning.
There we go. Okay, and then one more.
Bad Luck Charm by Curt Copeland.
Oh, wow.
That's not fair.
Wait,
One, that's not
I
fair.
asked you. I'm
Two,
like, you want me to throw in here?
that is a shameless plug. That's a shameful plug. But I might as well find out how that goes real quick.
She's my bad luck charm, but I just can't put her down. She's my bad luck charm, but I just can't put her down. She's
I don't know.
the best at being the worst that I've ever found.
Okay,
Nice.
that's what's up.
Nice
Hey,
words, man.
hey, and
Salute.
that was saying that
Salute.
song. Hey, real
Nice
quick, we
words.
got to wrap it up. I want to say a big thank you to my guest co-host, Curt
Boing.
Copeland, for being here.
Right over.
Many thank yous. The Smash, definitely
Thanks,
check
Pass.
out his stuff. What is
Appreciate
it? The Smash. The
Digging the Smash.
DiggingTheSmash.com.
Yep.
Be sure to check his stuff out. Very talented individual. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. Tomorrow, I got an amazing show. I got Joan Fisher, photographer Joan Fisher of, she's a photographer for Arts Apparel and all that. It's going to be a great, fun show. So definitely tune in. I also have Devin back as my back in the co-host driver's side of the seat and everything. So anyway, it is time to get going. Love all your faces. Stay warm out there. Be good to yourselves. Please be good to one another. And I really mean that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Much love to you guys. Peace.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
IDEX Media does a lot. From IDEX Photography to IDEX Films. We help create forever memories and forever impressions. Imagination, image a world. IDEX Media.
Awesome sauce. Yeah, baby.
You're watching Pascal in the Morning. Welcome back.